Welcome to Stop Dieting and Start Living podcast. I am your coach, Natalia Rodriguez, and I will be guiding you to get in the best shape of your life for the rest of your life by combining my coaching experience with the psychology behind the human eating behaviors and some simple brain science. Get ready to be coached by me. Hello guys, and welcome to another episode. Today I want to share with you my story. I feel a little bit vulnerable talking about it, although I believe that being more open to you will help me to help you even more. Also, many of you ask about my story. Did I ever weigh more than I do now? Why do I do this work? How did I get to be so passionate about emotional eating and weight loss? Listen in as I share my own personal story from being a coach obsessed about body image and about nutrition, exercise, counting calories, weighting my food, eating from Tupperwares in restaurants to find the answer that helped me to pursue the real meaning in life, and since then managed to help more people to do the same. I went from feeling shame, defeated, and absolute confusion to feeling confident and proud. And you can do too. My own personal evolution is what led me to develop my whole philosophy and develop my program. It all came out from my own struggles and also with my clients that, just like you, went through the same transformation. So here it goes. I wasn't overweight as a kid, but I never knew how to deal my emotions. And I grew up feeling never good enough. I had a lot of rules to follow with the things I should do or not to do, how to behave, what to say, what not to say. And I tried to follow that very obedient all my life. Well, I guess my mom will disagree on that one, but mom, believe me, I tried my best. And food, my friends, was always my comfort. I used to have a drawer in my bedroom full of candies and cookies at home. Food was always there for me. At home, we had the clean the plate rule. I needed to clean my plate in order to get dessert or in order to do something afterwards. I couldn't stand up from the table if I didn't finish my plate. So, and my portions were as big as the other ones, as the adults around me. And I always got threatened if I didn't finish it. So they used to say that I should feel bad if I don't eat all my food because of the people that is starving, or there was no dog in the house, so there's no way to leave food. So I think in that time we didn't have Tupperwares. I don't know. But yeah, that is the mentality I grew up with. So no judging, is just the way it was. One day I remember that I stayed like 4 hours at the table until I finished eating. And another time I do remember I even threw up. So meals for me were definitely an issue. So I was never an overweight kid, but food was a topic of discussion with my family. Besides, I have struggled all my life finding who I was. Since my first boyfriend, I spent most of my life into long-lasting relationships, one after the other. As a proof, I got married 3 times. So somehow I used to be super naive about love, and also I never wanted to be alone. That was unthinkable for me. I was always running from my emotions. They should not exist. I should never have them. That's what I used to do and think. And I should always act and think in a certain way, not the way I feel like. So I follow the life path of society standards. Study a million things and go out to the world to show off and pretend someone you're not. Dress accordingly, not too slutty, are super branded, or you are no one. Being skinny is good, fat is bad. Study in a well-known school or you won't guarantee a successful job. Looking for constant approval and recognition from others. Trying to be that special person that everyone notices, feeling that I have to be the prettiest, looking for constant approval every time I get into a room or simply when I was walking on the street. My life was constantly checking boxes, but I never ever felt happy by doing that. I always felt I wanted to stay away from all of that, but I never knew how to do better because if I don't know, it shouldn't be possible. That is how I used to think. I didn't know why I felt so different. I always felt should be something else, but I never guessed what it was. I got married the first time, and after my divorce, 5 years later, my life brought me a big change. I was so depressed and unhappy that I decided to leave the country. I had a good job, a nice house, a nice car, amazing friends, but I wasn't happy. Because another thing, I always thought that I needed to pursue happiness. And I thought that Colombia was the problem. So same happened when I moved to Portugal. I continue running from my emotions. And I thought the places were the problem. And there I found myself overeating and not having any control at all. There I was, coping with food because I didn't know better, suppressing my feelings and fears to the unknown, sadness to leave my family and friends, leaving a job where I also never felt appreciated, surrounded by people that never care about me. But at least I had that. And I quit. So faking it to try to keep myself together and needing to feel better. 10 kilos heavier and looking and feeling shame about myself, my obsession with food and exercise began. So I found in fitness a way to control something in my life, something that no one could take away from me. But then I spent the last 8 years thinking about food and exercise and how to be skinny, how that will make me fit into a country I didn't belong or a job I didn't like. Because when you live as an expat, you need to find a way to fit in, especially if you have no one else around you. So it took me 35 years, 3 marriages, 5 countries, depression to the point of feeling that my life was not worth it, to understand that all that I needed was to get to know myself. Sit with my emotions. Understand that many of the beliefs I was raised with were wrong and that I could change them. And that I needed to find people like-minded that I could talk to and thrive around. And all of this didn't happen by accident, as I was used to believe. I used to take everything that happened to me as a sign of keep going, not pursuing anything in particular, just letting life pass in front of me. I thought if I wasn't pretty enough, it was because I wasn't lucky with genetics. Or if I wasn't rich enough, it was my lack of luck. So naive. In all those moments of boredom, loneliness, when I found myself rewarded with food, looking for approval and recognition from others, all that I needed was my own recognition. We are not defined by a look, power, money, likes, shoes. And I'm happy to realize that life is more than a body image, the things we own, and what others have to say or think about us. What changed? I found what I was looking for. In a moment of despair, where I was about to give up on life, on my husband, on my family, where all was dark and I couldn't find the light, where I thought I would be better on my own because I really wanted to stay away. I thought I was hurting everyone around me with my attitude, my grumpiness. I knew something wasn't right. So I reached for help. And I started listening to people and follow the ones I resonate with to understand and seek what was happening to me. Inside of me, there was still hope somehow. So I kept digging because I always felt I had a purpose and this could not be it. So I spent a lot of money, yes, in coaches, psychologists, until I get the right ones. I took risks. Having people to guide you is crucial. Never take that for granted, especially when you feel lost. All that money was totally worth it. And it is not about the money, it's about you, spinning in that hamster wheel, feeling bad about eating bread or counting the grams of chicken. That's not life. Thinking you are better alone, that's not true. Human fulfillment comes when we do something for others. We are social beings. But when we are blinded by social beliefs that go against our nature, then is when we feel lost and many times depressed, and that can make us believe we are better alone. So finding the right people to hang out is crucial, especially when you want to take care of your body. If you're surrounded with people that constantly overeat and don't care, it gets harder. So thinking we have food addiction or still use exercise as a weight loss tool, that is nonsense. And I'm glad I found my way out of it. I never knew what life was about, but I always felt that was something else. And I found my growth in myself by learning every day. And I hope I can still learn until my last day on earth. Pushing myself to be social and help others, because through others is how we learn. Why to invent the wheel if it's already invented? Go outside, make memories, listen to others, have opinions. Nothing is right or wrong. It's only how we see it. Now, learning gives me peace, give me a purpose, helping others to take their life back as I did, getting healthy in a natural way and forget about dieting for the rest of their lives. That's pretty awesome. And all just through opening their minds to take responsibility about who they want to be. It is so simple, but it's definitely not easy. I want to show you the way, inspire you to take your own action, to find your own voice, to find yourself and start living and thrive the way it feels right for you. The meaning of life is inside of each of us when we get real with ourselves and we are able to listen and understand that life is about fulfillment. It's not about happiness or a better job or showing off to others. Life is about finding that everyday fulfillment that actually nourish our souls. That again is not found in power, money, beauty. It is found inside of you when you get real with yourself. So the more we suppress our feelings, the more we walk away to find the meaning of our lives. The more miserable our life will be. Feelings and obstacles are the way and they show up in our body as fire alarms. I said this before, to indicate something is happening and we just need to pay attention what's going on. Happiness, sadness, anxiety, loneliness, they show up not to hurt us, but to show us the way. And breathing is one of our superpowers and we take it for granted. That's the way out of all those feelings. And 90% of the time, we just need to take a breath, seek to understand and not react. And when we don't know, we try and persist. And luckily, I found some people along the way who has helped me to find my way. My biggest mentor has been Tom Blue, that with all his struggles and dreams, he opened the possibility to learn from him. He even created a university that is called Impact Theory University. And he was the first person I felt so identified with. Being part of his community has been incredible, and it's not a voodoo thing. It's all based on science, psychological studies, brain science. So I feel very grateful to find him and that he created this for people, because it's a great community where I found amazing people who believe in me, even we haven't met personally, ever. And also my business mentor, Leslie Hooper, who I also felt so blessed to have in my life. And her guidance and support has been unconditional for me to find a way to spread the word and keep my calling to help others. And through her, I also found other passionate people that committed their life to seek and prove even more our ideas, to understand the human behaviors, and through research and experience had helped me to get inspired to teach you everything that has helped me to grow and be better, to reinforce that this is the way. This is what I knew all my life, and it was all there waiting for me if I decided to take it. They helped me to think and create the life I want, to be the person I want to be around others and around myself, around my clients. I get to decide that. It doesn't happen by accident. It's silly how I used to think that the person I used to be before with certain attitudes was myself. If I was selfish once, I categorized myself as a selfish person. Or if I was overweight, I was a fat person. So I used to put me in a box and think that that was me. I had no choice. But now learning helped me to find the right beliefs and tools to create the person I want to be. So I trust myself now. And not only about food and health, but this applies for everything else in life. But it's a good start. And again, I am a student. I just joined the group for my mentor, Leslie Hooper, Friends with Benefits, because I've been 1 year without dieting. And even though my body physically haven't changed much, I still have a lot of thoughts in my head about body image, cravings, sometimes still overeating. I want to understand me better, to understand my clients better. So stay tuned. I will be posting on Instagram about my learning with her. I will also interview her in my podcast. Yoo-hoo! So you can check her out too. Have a great week. And last but not least, if you resonate with my story, don't be a stranger. I am here for you. So feel free to send me a message or an email. I'm always open to chat. Check my information on these episode notes. And for this week, I want you to think who you want to be and how and what you need to in order to get there. Open your mind, no matter how crazy that can feel, because it is possible. I believe in you. thank you for listening, and I hope you liked this episode. And if you did, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That will support my cause, that is to impact as many of you to stop dieting and start living. For more information, go to notfitforlife.com with the number 4. You can find the link in the episode notes. I am also very active on Instagram, where you will find tons of information. Have a great one. Lots of love. Your coach, Nat.